Hello everyone, my name is Katie Buer. I'm a fourth grade teacher in the Liberty Public School District, and I'm going to be teaching you about a digital tool that I use all day, every single day in my classroom, and that is Google Classroom. So come along to learn more about the ins and outs of Google Classroom. So we're going to start off learning how to even create and get into Google Classroom. So if you go to Google, you should have this little icon that we call a waffle. You're going to go ahead and click the waffle, which shows you your top Google apps. And as you can see, Google Classroom is the top of mine. I use it all day, every day in my classroom, multiple times a day. So if you click Classroom, it's going to open up all your Google classes that you have. Which is really nice for the older grades who have multiple classes, multiple sections, or maybe different classes, different sections. This is a way for you to organize all the different classes you have. Since I'm elementary, I stick to one per year and just go with it for the simplicity of my little kids. So in order to create a class, you click this plus sign and click Create Class. You have to give it a name, so I always call my classes Viewer Buddies. You can click subject section room if you want. My class doesn't really need all of that information. So it's generating a Google Classroom site. Now that we have created our class, it's time to add a little pizzazz, make it specialized, make it customized, because you will be using this resource so much. You like to personalize it for your class, just like I do. So every month or so, I like to change the photo or the background photo. And so since we will be using this for the beginning of the school year, I went ahead and made a header that just says, welcome to fourth grade. You can do this with any pictures. Sometimes it might be motivational. Sometimes I like to use just random class pictures. And so the kids get to see themselves on top of the Google Classroom website and makes them feel famous. So I created one that says, welcome to fourth grade. I'm going to size it and click select classroom theme. And here in a second, you'll see that pop up. That's how you add a header. Like I said, you can change it to anything you want. Now that you've created your Google Classroom and you've added a header, once you are ready to share it with kids, Google makes it really easy for kids to be added on. So what kids are going to do is they're going to go on to whatever internet source they use. They go to google.com, just like you did. They're going to click the waffle up in the corner. They're going to click Google Classroom, and that plus sign where you click Create a Class, they're going to click the plus sign and click Join a Class. Then it's going to ask them for a class code, which you have right here. And if you click this box, it displays it so you can put it on a projector. Maybe you want to write it on the dry erase board. Give them this code and it will give them access to your site. If they're having trouble, you can email a link to them. So it's a specialized link that they can log on to. Once they have access to the site, I always have my kids bookmark it, save it. This is going to be the number one place to go to find the rest of the information. Now, sometimes parents like to be included in this. So up at the top, if you click people, where it says students, once students start clicking in, their names will be there, and it will also give a button to invite guardians. Now with the guardians, they'll just be able to see their progress. They won't be able to see their work. Now that you've created and shared all this information, this is the fun part. This is the part where we get to start giving out assignments. So you can do announcements right here for snow days, just little pieces of information you can share. But I want to start giving out assignments. I'm that teacher. So if you click classwork, here's where you're going to add all the information. You can create different types of assignments. So I'm going to click the create button, and it lists all the different things you can do. So we're going to start off with an assignment. So I'm going to choose an activity that I've done previously last year. So I'm going to put Scholastic Test Assignment. You can give instructions of the assignment, what is expected of the kids. You can add it. So this is something I already had on my Google Drive. I use Google all the time. So it's going to give me a Scholastic News template right here. Now it gives you different options. Do you want each kid to just view the file, which means they won't be able to edit it or change it. They'll just be able to see it. You can give a copy to the students. That way all students have access to that one copy. My go-to is making a copy for each student. That way each student can read and answer the text box questions that I created in there. If you come over here, you can change what class you want it to. So maybe you want to give this assignment to 2 of your science classes, you can. If you want to modify this assignment for different students, maybe meeting their educational needs, I like to give the modified assignment. So you can go in there and you can click what students you want to give it to. You can modify the points, give a due date. You can give a specific topic. So for elementary, I like to make reading, writing, social studies, math. So this is a reading assignment would go under your reading section. You can add a rubric. So you can add your rubric. Say this is an assignment that you want to schedule for the future. If you come up to the top and click this arrow down, you can assign it, you can schedule it for a future date. So maybe this is something that you want to assign next Tuesday. You can click schedule. It gives you a date and a time. Or if you're ready to assign it right now, click assign. It's saving, creating the assignment for all the students in your classroom to see. It will always be up here in classwork. You can click it down. You will see how many it's assigned to, which is however many kids you have in the Google Classroom. You can see how many kids have turned it in, who has turned it in, who has not turned it in. You can view the assignment, all of that information. You can go back to the main page and it'll be the very top link. So the last assignment you created or the latest assignment you created will be at the very top. Now that you created your first assignment, it's time for a quiz. So we're going to follow the same process. We're going to go up top, click classwork, click create, click quiz assignment. Now you can do a blank quiz. I've already created a quiz on the Google Drive using Google Forms, which it's all connected. So the Google family really makes it easy for teachers. So there's blank quizzes. You can click and assign, follow the same process. Say that's not what you want. Maybe you want to just share material. Maybe there's a video on YouTube that you really want kids to do or watch. So one of the videos I like to include are read-aloud books. So all the kids that struggle with reading or just benefit from not only reading a story, but having it read to them, you can attach YouTube videos. So I'm going to attach YouTube, or call it Fish in a Tree Chapter 1. What you can do is find it on YouTube. I like to, with my district, we have to make sure that it's approved and appropriate for the children to listen to. So this says it's watchable. Then you're going to click add, and then we're going to click YouTube because we found this on YouTube. Now, instead of going to YouTube and typing it in, you could go through here and just type in Fish in a Tree Chapter 1. But since I already found it, I'm going to type in the link, copy it, click add. Now, this is something that maybe you don't want all the kids to see. Maybe only 3 kids benefit from hearing a chapter read aloud, where it says all students. You can go in, change to what specific students do you want. So that way kids who don't need it, it's not clogging up their feed. You can click a certain topic, you schedule post, it's going to post. And like I said, the stream, it will pop up with your latest information. So here are the 2 assignments that we have. Now, maybe you want to add an assignment that, hey, last year I had this really great assignment. I want to add more to it. So you can click from a previous Google Classroom. So I'll choose the one I had. And maybe it was a last day lunch count. I needed to reuse. I think that was a Google form that I had the kids fill out. So you can click it, click post. It's saving, so that way all kids have to do is go to the Google Classroom and click the assignment that you want them to do. So I can click lunch count, they click into the Google form, and then they can see, oh, this is what the teacher's asking of me. Hopefully, you all learned a little bit about Google Classroom and you're able to use it in your everyday life just like I do mine. Let me know if you have any questions or if there's a cool trick and tip that I didn't share. Let me know. Thank you.